in the temple of God. All these events leads up to the trumpets. These 7 trumpets are blown. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. Go ahead.
And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Yes, sir.
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
So he said there's going to be a time of trouble. This is the great tribulation he talks about in Matthew chapter 24. A trouble that you've never seen this before.
That's right.
Never. You're going to see it if you're upon this earth. Go ahead.
And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
You want to be in that book to be delivered. Jump down to verse 5. Verse 5. We learn about this great tribulation, how long it's going to be, how long it's going to go on. Go ahead.
Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood other 2, the one on this side of the bank of the river, and the other on that side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders?
He's showing Daniel through this prophecy. He's seeing all this destruction. He's like, Lord, how long is it going to be? Because 3.5 years, whether you know it or not, it's a long time. It's a long time for destruction. It's a long time. Go ahead.
And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the rivers.
Yes, sir.
When he held up his right hand and his left hand unto the heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half.
Understand this Bible prophet say times as 1 year, times as 2 years, and a time and a half that's 3.5 years. That this great tribulation shall go on.
Amen.
3.5 years. Not 7. As you study with these theologians, they believe it's going to be 7. No, it's 3.5 years or 42 months. Whichever way you want to break it down. It never said anything about 7. And they go to Daniel chapter 9 and read the prophecy talking about the Son of Man shall come and he shall interrupt that time in which he's going to come back after the great tribulation. They don't understand that prophecy, what he's talking about. He did 3.5 years here already, and he's going to do another 3.5 years upon this earth. Once he hit that wilderness at the time. But that's another lesson. But keep reading.
And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished.
All of them got to be finished after that time and a half of time. 3.5 years. All of them trumpets got to be blown. Now for the ones that the Christ is going to come back, before the great tribulation start, we're going to read what he's not. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 29. Let's see if Jesus is going to come back before this great tribulation or after. So you won't be tricked. All these events are leading up to the last trump when Christ coming back. These events, these trumpets got to blow, and believe me, he got to unleash all this destruction upon this earth before he make his way back. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 29. Let's see if Christ going to come back before or after the tribulation. Go ahead.
Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
He said immediately after the tribulation. What tribulation?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. He going immediately after the tribulation, the sun gonna be dark and the moon not gonna give a light. And the reason I'm reading is because a lot of people think just because you have the eclipse, the Lord is coming back. You got to have the sun not giving a light, the moon not giving a light, and the stars falling in heaven. They cannot be one missing. They all three got to come at the same time.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
We ain't seen that. Go ahead.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Wait a minute. He said, then, after the great tribulation, you shall see Jesus come. Come after all this destruction here. Go ahead.
And then he shall appear, then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Yes, sir.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
So much for the secret rapture. Every eye gonna see, every tongue gonna confess, every knee gonna bow when Christ comes. So stop thinking that it's gonna be, I'm not saying y'all think, I'm talking to the world. Stop thinking it's gonna be something secret. He's gonna come after the tribulation period. It's gonna come. Let's go to Revelation chapter 5 and verse 1. Let's understand why he wants us to remember the memorial of blowing the trumpets. Remember all his holy days, and all of them have a great story behind it. That story will come true. Yeah, we get back there. Revelation chapter 5 and verse 1. Jesus is only going to come back at that 7th trump. You got 6 more. I'm just showing y'all the events going to happen way before he comes. Revelation chapter 5 and verse 1. Go ahead.
And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the back side, sealed with 7 seals.
Now these 7 seals are the instructions. Instruction that when the trumpets are blown, the angel going to take these seals and they're going to open them. They're going to start destruction upon this earth. Go ahead.
And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?
Go ahead.
And no man in heaven, nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon.
So he couldn't find a man, so he had to go get Jesus. Go ahead.
And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon.
Go ahead.
And one of the elders said unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah,
yes, sir,
the Root of David, has prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals.
Jesus is going to open these 7 seals. All this instruction here, he's going to start it off. He's the one. These 7 seals are the instruction what he said, do to this earth. The horns just alert you about what's coming. When they blow, all right, the horn blow, now he tell, the first horn, he got instruction. The second horn, he got instruction. All the way down to the 7th horn. And the seals are the instructions that these horns unleash by the hand of the angel. Go ahead.
Amen. Verse 6.
Yeah, jump down to verse, we'll go to Revelation chapter 6 and verse 1. Let's understand what happened when Jesus commanded these seals to be opened. Go ahead.
And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard,
yes, sir,
as it was the noise of thunder, one of the 4 beasts saying, come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer.
You're talking about when he going to give Satan the opportunity with his followers to come and unleash havoc upon this earth. Destruction. Jump down to verse 12. We're going to do a little backtracking. We're going to break down these 7 trumpets or these 7 seals. Go ahead.
And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood.
Yes, sir.
And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
This is what the 6th seal is going to do right before the coming of the Lord. When he says the sun shall be darkened, the moon shall not give a light, all these things is evolving around Christ's coming. Go ahead.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains,
Yes, sir.
and the mighty men, and every bondsman, and every free man hid themselves in the den, and in the rocks of the mountains.
Because when before Christ comes, he said the heavens shall be removed. That cloud, the atmosphere you see right now, it's going to be moved back like a curtain. And you're going to see the Lord sitting on his throne.
Yes.
You're going to see him. You ain't got to wonder what's out above those stars and the clouds no more. He's going to show you at the time of the sixth seal being opened, or the sixth trumpet. Go ahead. And these people going to run and hide themselves, because they know they've been hearing this story over and over and over again. And they didn't take heed. You don't be one of those people who run and hide. Go ahead.
And said to the mountain, 16, and said to the mountain and rocks, fall on us, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Jonathan, hide us from him. Go ahead.
For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Yes, sir. This is what Christ is going to make. Christ is going to make people fear this. Because they've been looking for somebody to come to this earth for a long time. You can tell in the movies. They show y'all this in the movie Independence Day. And they are still preparing to take down the Lord, whether you believe it or not. They know, Satan knows this, and his followers know this. They're trying to take down the Lord because it's going to be a big war. And the Lord is going to be involved with it. He said, I got to get a piece of that butt too. He going to want some. Let's go to Revelation chapter 8. In verse 1. These trumpets brings about destruction. And we are here for the memorial blowing the trumpet. When it's a memorial, what that means? Something gonna die, ain't it? Exactly. Memorial. That's right. This ain't no time for no eat. This ain't no eating feast right here. Like we do for the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Tabernacle. Those are the feasts that we eat at. In Pentecost. But this memorial blowing the trumpet, he's here to make you prepared for what's about to happen. Verse 1, go ahead.
And when he had opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven about the space of half an hour.
Yes, sir.
And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and to them were given seven trumpets.
They're giving them seven trumpets. Like I said, the angels going to blow. They're going to blow each one of these trumpets, and they're going to set forth the instructions of the, go forth with the instruction of the Lord to this earth. Jump down to verse 6. Go ahead.
And the seven angels which had the seven trumpets prepared themselves to sound.
Yes, sir.
The first angel sounded, and there followed hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were cast upon the earth, and the third part of trees was burnt up.
This is a meteor shower. It's going to come like, I'm trying to bring it up to language terms so you understand. Meteor shower, a third part of the trees shall be burned up, and the grass. It's going to rain hail, fire down to the earth and destroy all this stuff. The land we see right now, it's not going to look like this. Go ahead.
And the third part of trees was burnt up, and all green grass was burnt up. And the second angel sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire was cast into the sea.
Yes, sir.
And the third part of the sea became blood.
Yes, sir.
And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died. And the third part of ships were destroyed.
This is what happened when that second trumpet blows. A third part of the animals that are in the sea gonna be destroyed. The water gonna be bitter. It's gonna be so bad. The only place they're gonna have good food and water is gonna be the wilderness. If you're not there, make your bed. This is where you're making your bed at right here. This is what's gonna happen. Go ahead.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven,
yes, sir,
burning as it were a lamp. And it fell upon the third part of the rivers, and upon the fountains of waters.
Yes, sir.
And the name of the star is called Wormwood. And the third part of the waters became wormwood. And many men died of the waters because they were made bitter.
You know, most people, they can't drink water out of tap water. They can't drink water from the spigot right now. Can you imagine this? The third part of the water bitter and it's killing people? Polluted. This stuff is gonna happen. So God wants us to make sure you remember the memorial blowing the trumpet and what it consists of, so you won't be sitting up in there thinking in your mind, oh, I can just go about my life and don't worry about this. Most people, it's out of sight, out of mind. Because they're being protected by, some being protected by their husbands, some being protected by their wives, some being protected, and the kids being protected by their parents. They ain't worried about this. But it's going to be a time when you're going to have to leave the house. It's going to be a time when you as a parent got to lead your kid. What you going to tell them? What you going to do? If you don't know this right here, you're going to follow the word. And this is what's going to happen to the people of the word. When these trumpets are blown, He's giving this to us. Go ahead.
And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten.
Yes, sir.
And the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. So
it's going to be a gloomy day.
Yes, it is.
The daylight you see, it ain't going to be the same. It's gloomy. You know, most people, they ain't got sunshine in their life, they sad. It's going to be like this for 3.5 years. Go ahead.
And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth by reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels, which are yet to sound. He
said, woe, woe, woe. I mean, one and one and one. There's 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Because people they're gonna be hurt up so bad because they're gonna see the land messed up. Now He's gonna unleash Satan and his followers, and they are gonna go and bring war upon this earth. Let's go to Revelation chapter 9 and verse 1. Go ahead, brother.
And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit.
Believe me, this star is nobody but Satan that fall from heaven. And he upon this earth walking to and fro as we speak now. The Bible don't roll in chronological order. Understand that. You got to put this stuff together. Go ahead.
And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air was darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
Now this pit is talking about his followers, and mainly going to be Rome. He's going to have He's going to have a military that he's going to run. They're going to kill a lot of this stuff. A lot of these people on earth, if they don't follow this Roman leader and Satan. Let's see who this star is. Let's go jump down to verse 11. Go ahead.
And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit.
Yes, sir.
Whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon.
Abaddon is destroyer. Go ahead.
But in the Greek tongue has his name Apollyon.
Same thing. Destroyer and bringing destruction. That's going to be his name. Because he's going to bring destruction upon the earth, and God's going to let him do it. This is his job. This is what he's supposed to do. This is what he's telling us. This bottomless pit. What's going to happen? Let's go to Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1. Let's see what was in this bottomless pit, because it's not like he's talking about something in the ground, in a hole. No. It's just going to be gloomy at the time. And these are going to have military weapons. They're going to come out and they're going to bring the pain. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1. Go ahead.
And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
So this great whore that sit upon many waters, you know that's the Roman Catholic Church. That sit upon the waters is talking about people. People. Go ahead.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
When you talk about drunk of the wine and fornication, God gave us a set of laws to run by. When you fornicate against God, it means you going out there entertaining them or having a relationship with another God. He don't want you to be no fornicator against him. If you follow this world way system, you fornicating against him. You sinning, in other words. Go ahead.
Verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Because
this woman is going to run the Gentile dynasties. 7 heads and 10 horns talk about the European Economic Community, or the 10 toes, or the United Nations. Whichever way you want to see it. He's going to run these nations. And he's going to run them with strength and power that Satan gives him. Jump down to verse 8. Go ahead.
The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit.
When he's talking about beast, he's talking about a kingdom. You can read that, when you go to Daniel chapter 7, they give you the interpretation of beast. Talking about kings. And this king right here that coming out of this bottomless pit is Rome. The Roman Empire will be revived at this time. The man of sin is going to have all power. Because Satan's going to give it to him.
That's right.
Go ahead.
The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose name were not written in the book of life.
Ain't they wondering right now? They wondering right now. When that man is, when the Pope, I'm not saying it's going to be this one right here. When he walk around the world, these people bow down to him. They kiss his hand. They wondering. When he says something, every nation, every president in the world listen to him. He just ain't really just took his throne yet. When he take his throne, when abomination, desolation hits, he's going to sit in the temple of God and call himself God. This is who he's talking about right here. That's going to run this bottomless pit or this world, because it's going to be so much destruction, it's going to look like a bottomless pit. Go ahead.
And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose name were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they beheld the beast that was, and is not, and yet is.
Because he's going to get his power back. The beast, or the king, whichever way you want to put it. He's going to be the one to get all his strength back, and they're going to wonder. They're wondering now, as I said before. Jump down to verse 11. Let's see what he's going to do. Go ahead.
And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7th, and goeth in prediction. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings,
yes, sir,
which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power after as kings 1 hour with the beast.
How did the kings receive power? How did the beast receive power? Because Satan gives them their power. These kingdoms being settled right now is nothing of God at all. At all. Satan gave them the power to run the world because he's the prince of the air of the world.
Come on.
Go ahead, brother.
Come on. 13. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Yes, sir. They're going to give it to him. Go ahead.
These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
Who's the Lamb? He's going to make war with them. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This man went so crazy. When God sitting and he's come on the scene, he's going to try to make war with him. Crazy. Go ahead.
For he is Lord of lords and King of kings.
Yes, sir.
And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
Yes, sir. Let's go back to Revelation chapter 9, verse 3. Let's see what else is in this bottomless pit. It's preparation. These 7 trumpets got to blow, and they bring certain destructions. That's why he wants us to make sure we understand why we are here. You're not here because I say be here. You're here because God said he wants you to make sure you understand. So when you leave the flock, or when you don't have your preacher or whoever you look for knowledge, you'll have it yourself. These people don't understand this. If the preacher ain't with them, if they can't get in touch with the preacher, they lost.
That's right, bro.
They lost. And it shouldn't be like that. Israel is a kingdom of priests. We supposed to know this knowledge so we can teach the nation. But if you only have power because you hooked up to a man or woman because they know something, you're like a little child. You're like a child. And children go to sleep when they hear stuff like this. Verse 3, go ahead.
And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and upon them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power.
Now understand, this is talking about what coming out of the bottomless pit, which is upon the earth. John has never seen a helicopter. John has never seen a tank. He's never seen a jet fighting aircraft. So he's describing this as the animals that can fly. A locust, a scorpion. These things he described as military warfare. That this man of sin gonna have power over when these trumpets are blown. These other three woes. Go ahead.
And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing,
Yes, sir.
neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads.
We did that lesson last Saturday about the seal. You got to be sealed. He ain't gonna hurt the ones that are sealed, but he gonna hurt the ones that are not sealed. Because they're gonna take the mark of the beast, and you done when you taking that mark. Go ahead.
And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh the man.
Let me bring this up to speed. It's chemical warfare. You saw that over there in Syria, how they unleashed chemicals on these people, and they were laying on the ground, still breathing with their eyes open like a fish out of water. They was hurting, but they couldn't die. He said these men are going to unleash this torment for 5 months upon the people that are not sealed. This is what these 7 trumpets bring. If you're not sealed, it's your destiny.
Wow.
This really your destiny. Play with it if you want to. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them.
They're going to desire to die because there's going to be so much pain, so much destruction. They're like, man, I want to die. But they can't die. They can't die. Why? Because they done got this chemical warfare on them. They can't even function enough to move around and get something to kill them. Because their body going to be paralyzed with pain.
Wow.
Go ahead.
And the shapes of the locusts was like unto horses prepared unto battle.
Yes, sir.
And on their heads was as it was crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men.
So John's still describing military weapons, helicopters, tanks, jet fighters. This is what God given him, and the only way he can describe it in his time is by animals. This is what he's talking about. Go ahead.
And they had hair as the hair of women.
Yes, sir.
And their teeth were as the teeth of lions.
Go ahead.
And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound of their wings was as the sound of a chariot of many horses running to battle.
Running to battle. You ever heard a jet take off? Sound of horses. That's how he explaining this the best way he can. Go ahead.
And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt me in 5 months.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit,
Yes,
whose
sir.
name in the Hebrew tongue is Abandon, but in the Greek tongue has his name Apollyon.
Satan is their king. This is him. He commanded them to do these things. Because God gave him this particular time to punish the ones that didn't come into the fold, didn't get into the wilderness, was not sealed. who took the mark of the beast, who took Satan's mark. He gonna punish these people when he trumpet. These are the trumpets that are blown now. They are listening to the instructions so they can come and punish people. Go ahead.
Verse 12. One war is past.
Yes, sir.
And behold, there come 2 wars more hereafter.
One war passed. That's that other war we just read about right here. Now here come 2 more. Go ahead.
And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before God.
So we had the 6th trumpet. Go ahead.
Saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels